Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to AW TV. I'm just trying to look for Bronco, and hey, there he is. I see him. Hey there, Bronco. If it weren't for the fact that this guy had covered in blue, I would lose him all the time. He is ridiculous. He wanders off everywhere. Okay, so I think we're getting pretty close to the end of this farm. You can see right here, I've been harvesting some of the leaves. I added another hedge thingy, hedge fence off in the background there. Still have a few, I haven't finished up these trees, still have a few of those trees. As you can see, this field is all filled in. Looks pretty nice down there. I also haven't done any of those farms, but I added a couple things back here. You can see, first off, I added the piggies. They're in here in this little pen I wanted to show you. So they got this pond in the middle, and I have it all muddied up for them with a little pig sty. And then right here is an area for them to have their slop. So whenever the farmer comes out and feeds the piggies, they go inside here. Their food goes inside here, and that's where they get their slop. I also tried this. I'm not sure that I'm 100% pleased with it. It's my attempt at a thatched roof. So, yeah, it's pretty hard to do roofs with that square thing. I don't know that I'm totally in love with it. It might go at some point. But when I lived in the country and we had pigs, I do remember that they enjoyed a little area to sleep in. We had a little area that they slept in. Also added a couple trees in there. So they have a little variety in here. I figured the pigs always chewing things up. And then the other thing I added is just some roots coming up inside here. That was another thing about the pigs is they would pretty much, when we had them, they would pretty much just eat everything inside their pig pen. So they'd root everything up, they'd eat everything, but occasionally you'd get these little roots that would pop up all over the place. So I figure this is maybe a newer pig pen if we're going to go for a time, like how long it's been around. Excuse me, gotta eat a little bit of food right here. And right here, you can see this is my hedge fence. Not as fancy as the other one. And then in here, I did a little, what do you call these things? Melon? Yeah, there we go. Little melon patch in here. And just a little variety. Not all the melons have come in yet, but, I'm sure they will at some point. Just to be a little melon patch. That's one thing. I've never seen a melon patch before, actually. But I have seen pumpkin patches. And one thing about pumpkin patches that are really interesting is they start out all uniform, but as everything starts growing, they seem to kind of just go all over the place. And then at that point, it's all over. And I figure melons are probably real similar to pumpkins. So that is essentially what I've done. I've also added a few paths around here, but that's nothing real important. But the real thing that we're going to be doing today, the real important part of today's episode. We've been kind of going towards this for a little while, and I wanted to do it with you guys here today. So I did a little mining down below. That's not it, but it gave me the resources that I needed to do this. Okay, this is actually a cool thing that I rigged up here, so check it out. You open both of those in order to get down here, but automatically closes, so I no longer have to close those. Pretty cool. And now they're automatically closed. I didn't say it was a perfect system. It's just a pretty cool system. As you can see, I've got quite a bit of stuff from down below. Not a ton, but, we're getting there. Right here, this is our new addition. And you can see, got a pressure plate. Opens this baby up. We don't want anything escaping. Yeah, you might hear it in the background right here. I figure what the way that I've explained this in the lore of the world is this farmer, maybe he built this house right here, and he's sleeping one night in the middle of the night, and he hears a voice calling to him from in his basement. And he goes, "What is this voice calling to me in my basement?" And you can't quite hear it. No, you can't quite hear it, but maybe it got all the way up. And so he said, "I think..." Oh, you could. That was it right there. So he said, "I wonder what that is." And he started a little thing, came down, and as he came down, he noticed that rocks started getting redder, as he got, and what is this? And he broke into an area. What is this possible room? Oh my goodness. It's some sort of a portal. So, ladies and gentlemen, you and me together right now are going to head into the Nether for the very first time on ADub TV. Here we go. So we are now in the Nether. Ooh, that's actually not a bad place to be. So let's go around here. I have to apologize. I say pretty often. I realize this as I've been editing and watching these. I say the word a lot. Quite often. And I'm working on it. ADub Radio and ADub TV. It's all a learning process. So we are learning how to be better at this. Oh shoot. That is not good at all. Okay. We got it. We good, ladies and gentlemen. We good. All right. So there's a new block here in Minecraft. Whatever this version is, 1.10. New block. Not these guys. Okay, not these little things right here. We will come back later to mine that. Not the soul sand that's been around for a while, but I'm seeing it down below. It's just a matter of getting down there. You seeing that? This glowy block down here. Gonna have to figure out a way down there in order to get that. This is actually really... can we just stop right now and take a look at this? This is truly gorgeous. I don't think I've ever had... I wonder if they updated the Nether generation in this new version. Because I don't think I've ever had a Nether spawn that was as gorgeous as this. Like, normally it's like dark and dank and there isn't much to see. But this is like, there's a lot. Like the distance. You see that? How far out I'm able to see here? The distance of this thing. And just, yeah, it's really pretty. It's really pretty. I just noticed this little slime guy down here. Let's take care of that. Oh, just a little thing. Okay, so I'm going to need to figure out a way to get down to the lava level somehow. I'm pretty high, it looks. Yeah, I'm pretty high up here. So I am going to, I think that might be a bit of a grindy experience, and it's just going to be me, drilling down. So I'm going to stop it right here, and then I will come back to you in a minute when I am down below getting those things. All right, ladies and gentlemen, after a bit of a switchback trail, you can kind of see it up there. I have made it down to the lava level, and this is the block right here that I am looking for, or I have been looking for. This is the thing that I needed to finish off. Hey, look at that. To finish off my, oh gosh, what do you call it? I can't remember. Well, anyways, the thingy that smelts all of our stuff, the meltery or something like that. So you gotta kind of be careful around this stuff, I've heard. Well, only the stuff that I've read on like the Minecraft Reddit and Wiki and whatnot. So apparently you can run into this stuff no problem, but you start burning if you stand on it. So you got to be real careful with this. This is called the magma block, okay? And I think this is just going to be so cool for so many different things. First off, I absolutely love the look of this texture. This is a gorgeous block that I really want to incorporate into more builds. Does it hurt if I hit the bottom? Nope, it doesn't. So it must be just the top. I'd really like to incorporate this into more builds somehow. I'm not sure. And keep that in mind. I'm open to comments. So if you want to put a comment, we're kind of coming to the end of building our farm. I might have mentioned that earlier today. So what's next? That's the question. What's next? I have a few ideas in mind. So one of my ideas, I told my wife, I said, maybe, we got all these, what do you call them? Deserts around. I don't know why I'm forgetting words. I forget words pretty often, don't I? So I told my wife, I said, we're in the desert, so why don't I build like an agrabah situation? And my wife said, what the heck are you talking about? What is agrabah? She didn't know what Agrabah was. Agrabah is the city from Aladdin, the Disney movie, Aladdin. Ooh, I think we got enough magma block there. So, it's this basically a big palace in the middle, and then you got the slums all around the outside. So I think that might be a really cool build to do, especially with all the deserts around us. So that might be the next build that I end up going for. And I don't know. We got all sorts of different places around. We also got the forest, the jungle. Goodness gracious. We got the jungle. I'm not sure really what to do with the jungle though. I have ideas, but I'm just not sure about, like what sort of stuff do you see in a jungle? What sort of buildings? Like you see like tree houses and things, right? In a jungle. Like they have tree houses but a lot of tree houses isn't necessarily the most entertaining thing to build, and just sort of walking around building, let's build a little tiny tree house today, and let's build another big tree house today. It's not exactly something that makes for great entertainment. I want something that's going to we'll be able to build, smaller buildings around the outside, but that's going to have one really nice big set piece going on. So, that's the plan, is to have some sort of build where we can get a nice big set piece. I'm going to grab a few of these. These can be, there's things that you can use these on. I think, like comparators use these. Also, if I want to do some sort of situation where it's, like, blah, 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 blah. Goodness. I guess it's a little late right now. Maybe that might be one of the reasons why I'm forgetting everything. No, it's if I wanted to build something that has solar panel, because you can do a solar panel, and those are pretty cool for setting your lights to turn on during the nighttime, just automatically. So if I ended up doing a solar panel, that I would need something like that. Something that just occurred to me. I can see so far in here, but I am not. Usually I can see a Nether fortress pretty easily, pretty early on. And I am not seeing a Nether fortress anywhere. So that is going to be maybe a bit of an exploration challenge. I know today's Nether day. I think today we're going to spend most of the day in the Nether. So how about I go out, I look for a Nether fortress, see if I can find one nearby, and I'll look for a little bit. If I don't find one, then we'll come back, we'll do something else. But hopefully I can find one real quick. So keep your fingers crossed. I know for you it's going to be 1 second, but for me it might be a little while. So I will catch you in just a second. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I just got into a huge fight with one of those stupid ghasts. I hate them so much. I don't have a bow and arrow currently, so it's just me trying to hit those things back, and that's just about impossible to do. But bright side of this current situation is I have finally found. I looked over after this massive battle with this jerk face, and ta-da! Look at that down there. Yeah, you might be able to see, you might not. I don't know. I'm setting these up. This is how I find my way around in the Nether. Right there. We finally have... Oh my gosh. He's back! I hate it. I hate it. So anyways, I finally found another fortress. Finally. I want to go explore it, but this jerk is currently in my freaking way. I am so done with this guy. Here we go. Bah! Die. Bah! Dang it! I know I hit that. Bah! Gosh darn it. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I'm done. Goodbye. Good Lord. Ghasts. The worst. Absolutely the worst. I don't understand. Oh, I'm done. Oh, please. Please, no. No! That is entirely too frustrating, though, because I was a level, like, 36. Now I'm a level 7. The amount of time that it takes to get to that level, oh my gosh, that's so frustrating. But we have our stuff back, which is all that really matters, especially all those things we collected. We have our armor. Must have lost the rest of my armor. We have our food. Okay. Is it really a good idea to go explore this fortress right now? Oh my gosh. Are you kidding me? He's still there. I am so frustrated with this guy right now. Even that sound, right? Even that sound is just the worst sound. I really need to just bring a bow and arrow in here. That's the way that you do it. Okay. So, give me a second, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to make my way into the Nether Fortress now that we're all safe and sound right now. Okay, we're here, but there's a chicken here. I didn't think chickens spawned in the Nether could get here. You know what I think this proves? That chickens are evil. Look at him. That is the face of a demon. That is by far the scariest villain I have ever encountered in all of Minecraft. Oh, good. I'm glad that you are here and nearby, because another one of the more frustrating enemies. And we're right next to that. Oh, good. Spawners everywhere. Okay. I was kind of hoping that we would spawn right next to a spawner. Not? Okay. Let's explore this place a little bit. See what we got down here. Got some skeletons. Got some hallways. It's always frustrating when these things pour in like this. Let's see if... Oh, there's a little wither skeleton over there. I think that's what they're called, right? Wither skeletons. And, oh, hey, there's that guy. Ooh, he's in a good position to take. All right. Oh, shoot. Gosh darn it, what's up with me? That should have been the easy dodge. Go like that. Oh, yeah, you think you smart? Guess what? You scared? There. No glow rod for real, buddy? Come on. All right, then. Let's see if we can find our way around here. Yeah. You know, some of these things have really awesome loot. And what I'd really like to get... Oh, thank you very much for that. What I'd really like to get is name tag. These places sometimes have name tags. And I would love to be able to name Bronco. That way everybody knows that he's Bronco, the escaping horse. That little wily guy. I know it's probably not a very good idea to be running around on soul sand near this area, but I think it might be the only way to get around here. Goodness gracious. This is going to be a real frustrating nether fortress, I think. It doesn't appear to me that there are a lot of locations of loot. Usually you have a lot of like interior passageways and things like that when there's a lot of loot present. And this just looks like, yeah, just a few roofs. Definitely going to be a good place for these fellas. Goodness gracious, right there. Alright. But as far as finding loot, yeah, I think this is gonna be a bust, unfortunately. Well, you know, we've been winning so much lately. You know, we found all those villages. We've gotten these beautiful spawns. We got all that stuff nearby, you know. I guess we gotta lose a little bit every once in a while. You can't win hard all the time. Goodness gracious, let me on fire again. Can I hit you from in here? No. Okay. Yeah, all right. So I'm gonna run around this place a little bit, see if I can pick up a glow rod. It'd be nice to have one, just so I can, you know. Goodness gracious! I tell you what, I'm trying to talk here. It'd be nice to have a glow rod, just so I can do a little bit of making some potions and whatnot. But otherwise, I'm gonna leave you here, and then we're gonna come back in the overworld. So, well, we are back, and if that has taught me anything, it's that the agony of defeat can still strike. So, unfortunately, it was still a successful journey, but it has shown me that I'm going to need quite a bit more if we're going to be taking on the Nether again. Yeah. That was kind of sad. So I do have another lead as far as I have a little Minecraft Nether coordinate finder here that I used to find the other one. I have another one, another coordinate. It's a little more of a journey to get out there, but we'll probably be able to get that done, pretty easily. In the future, obviously. Right now, this isn't really going to cut it. We'll definitely need a bow with infinity arrows and something else. So we're really going to need to focus on enchanting first before we get on to brewing. But before that, the reason why we went to the Nether, finishing this thing off. There it is. All right, this thing is now finished. So I know it seems like a long journey to go on to get just that little block, But doesn't that look so cool right there? That looks so awesome. It looks like we've shoveled the coals into the fire and they're glowing red hot, burning the something, I don't know, burning the house down. It's from here, so they're burning away all the imperfections from the ores that we get and turning them into ingots. So that's our slag down there. I think it looks pretty cool. We have probably enough to last us an entire lifetime for future builds, and I'll be thinking of ways that we can use this block because it's a really cool block. I really like it. So hopefully I'll think of some clever ways in which we can use that block in the future. In fact, I want to see one thing right now. Can you put a button on it? Come on. Ah, you can. That's cool. So we might be able to turn it into like a cool looking lamp or something like that. So the sky's the limit. The world is open to us. We also have a little bit of glowstone as well to help us out. So that's going to be it for today. Thank you for watching. Hope it wasn't too boring for you. I know sometimes those episodes we're not building at all. We're just running around screaming for our lives in the Nether. I know that might not be everyone's piece of cake, but I think it's going to be pretty fun, and I enjoyed it very much. So I think in our coming episodes, we're going to finish this farm up. We're going to get those cows taken care of, and we're really going to, and by taking care of, I mean we're going to make a lot of cows. And we're really going to focus on getting that enchanting stuff done and doing some mining so we can get started on one of our first cities. The idea for this is to just have cities spread throughout. So this would kind of be a farm in the middle, maybe off to the side. So maybe we'll start with a hub city in this desert right over here. There's a really cool desert right in the back over there. So maybe we'll start with a hub city right there and branch out. We'll have a little city in the savannah, another city over there in that mesa biome, another city in the jungle. I'm thinking of ways that I can do a jungle city. And maybe another city way, way off in the timberland area. And in the north, up north that way, I think that's north. Yeah, in the north. That's the north. In the north up that way, I do know that there's a huge Iceland up there, a giant ice biome. So I can't wait to get to that. So anyways, a few teasers, a little spoilers? Nah, teasers for the future. So hopefully you'll keep it watching, keep enjoying what I've got for you. So that's gonna be it for today. Thank you for watching, ladies and gentlemen. If you liked it, please hit that like button as hard as you can. If you really liked it, hit that subscribe button to keep watching these videos. And if you didn't like it, then what the heck are you doing here still listening to my voice? You should have went on to something better. Thank you for listening, and I will talk to you all in the next episode of ADub TV.